Ladies and gentlemen, please listen close. This is for you. They thought you were small. They thought you were weak. They thought they had you figured out. They underestimated you. But the one thing they never saw coming was God standing behind you. People measure you by what they see, by your mistakes, by your setbacks, by the moments you fell apart. But God measures you by what He placed inside you. And when God has His hand on your life, their calculations don't matter. They counted you out too soon. They buried you too early. They judged you without knowing your story. But God was not done, and God will never be done until you rise. Listen to me. If this is your first time here, subscribe right now. Like this video. Drop a comment telling me where you're watching from. Join this movement, because this is more than words. This is an army of people who refuse to stay broken. And for those who've been with me before, I see you. I thank you. Your loyalty keeps the fire alive. Now lean in closer, because this is about you. You've been underestimated all your life. Maybe by family, maybe by friends, maybe by people who claimed they loved you. They saw your pain and thought it meant you were weak. They saw your silence and thought it meant you had no power. They saw your losses and thought it meant you had no future. But silence is not weakness. Loss is not final. And pain is not proof of defeat. You are not what they thought. You are not what they whispered. You are not what they laughed about when you weren't in the room. You are proof that God's plan outlives their judgment. Think about David, a shepherd boy, ignored by his own family, dismissed. When Samuel came looking for the next king, everyone underestimated him. But God didn't. And the same boy they overlooked took down Goliath with a single stone and rose to become king. Think about Albert Einstein. As a child, his teachers called him slow, unintelligent, incapable of learning. They underestimated him. But God had designed a mind that would change physics forever. Think about J.K. Rowling, a single mother on welfare, rejected by 12 publishers. They underestimated her words, but God had planted a story inside her that would impact the world. Today, she is one of the most successful authors in history. This is what happens when people leave God out of the equation. They see failure. God sees foundation. They see endings. God sees beginnings. They see average. God sees chosen. And that's you. Chosen, not by them, not by their approval, but by God's purpose. Stop replaying the moments they doubted you. Stop wasting energy on the voices that said you weren't enough, because the truth is, Their doubt is fuel. Their laughter is confirmation. And their underestimation is the greatest weapon God uses to prove them wrong. Hear me clearly. Your journey has not been a mistake. Your losses were not wasted. Your heartbreak was not random. God allowed it, not to break you, but to build you into something they can't even recognize. That's why you've been through what you've been through. That's why you've been tested so many times. Because what God is preparing you for requires scars, requires endurance, requires strength they will never understand. And here's the secret. When people underestimate you, they expose their blindness. But when God elevates you, He exposes His power. So, stop living like you're at their mercy. Stop acting like their approval decides your destiny. God has already approved you. God has already chosen you. God has already written the end of this story. And in the end, you win. But you've got to decide. Are you going to keep playing small because they told you you were small? Or are you going to step into the life God already prepared for you? Because I'll tell you this, every minute you doubt yourself, you prove them right, and every step you take forward, despite the doubt, you prove God right. And God has never been wrong. Remember Joseph, betrayed by his own brothers, sold into slavery, falsely accused, locked in prison. They underestimated him, but God was building him. And the same man they left for dead rose to become second in command of Egypt, saving nations during famine. Do you see it now? Do you understand why your story can't end in the pit? Because God never leaves His people in the pit. He raises them out of it. And when He does, it shocks everyone who thought they had you figured out. This is why you must never let their words define you. Their words are limited. Their perspective is limited. But God is unlimited. And God will take you places they can't even imagine. So, from this moment forward, walk differently, talk differently, move differently. Not with arrogance, but with unshakable faith. Because when you know who's backing you, you stop living like you're weak, and you start living like you're chosen. This is your reminder. They underestimated you because they never factored in God. But now God is about to show them what happens when He is factored in. And when that moment comes, don't waste your energy on revenge. Don't waste your breath on explanations. Just keep rising. Because success is the loudest answer you'll ever give.